So good afternoon everyone. Yeah, that wasn't me turning the lights up, I think we just lost some cloud cover. So this is a very important test. This is a double. And I'm going to call this one the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Why not? So I'm going to test two aircraft. The first one is going to be the Hurricane by FSAdni. I've tested it before. The last version was 1.15, I believe, and was going on for 3 months ago. And this version is 1.17, and it was released quite a while ago now, on the 1st of February. But I've not had a chance to get around to it with various issues, including COVID and family in Ukraine having, yeah. So, I'm going to test this one first, and then I'm going to move on to Spitfire, which is by Flightsim Squadron. And that's been massively updated. It's been totally revamped. It looks much better now. So we'll start with the Hurricane. And we're just looking around the cockpit, and you can see that there have been quite a few changes. Most notably is the fuel mix and the magnet and the landing gear lever. So the landing gear lever didn't used to work inside the cockpit, it works now. Which I believe is going to be that big red button there. But we also got magneto, throttle and fuel mix changes. So that'll be the fuel selector. And the cockpit hood still goes back. Or the canopy or the hood, I don't know what you want to call it. I guess if we talk 1945, it's the canopy. So yeah, that's all working fine. And there's a lovely little picture of the missus there. So unfortunately these aren't labelled, but I have no idea what they are. I'm guessing they're not lights, so they'll be the magnetos, I'm guessing. No idea what that one should be. Yeah. I don't know if that should be flat. But I don't see a battery switch. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, none of those are the battery because the old avionics haven't turned. So let's see if that works on the button. Let's turn the battery on with the button. No, that does not work. We do have a voltmeter registering though, so that's a bit strange. Anyway, let's try and start her up. Oh no, external view. Pretty much the same. There's a few changes to decal. And looks like the guns have got a bit more detail. Pretty much the same because it's pretty good. Marvellous. Yeah, but definitely the cockpit looks much better. So let's try this one button start. But yeah, don't. Not going to work unless I turn the fuel on, is it? I thought I'd turn it on unless I turn it off with the mouse scroll wheel. Dumb me. I can't with the mixture because that's just on and off. Let's try and switch it back to this one. There's no primer I can see. So yeah, let's go for a quick flight. So this one's just going to take us past the white cliffs of Dover, and then back around past some old World War II airfields to land back at Lyd, where we land back here at Lyd where we took off from. So let's hope everything goes okay, and we'll start. Oh, okay. I see though, so yeah. No, I've read those instructions there, the big red writing where it says to jettison hood, pull red hand. I'm guessing that's what that's for, that just jettisons the hood. Which, yeah, canopy, hood, whatever you want to call it again. Yeah, don't. Unless they mean this one here, I have no idea what's going on. Anything could be anything. We don't need to know because we don't want to use it anyway, so let's go with it.
Tower Hawk 5 ready at runway 03 west departure.
Hawk 5 QNH 30 decimal tree 5 wind 089er at 15. Departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 03.
Cleared for takeoff runway 03 Hawk 5.
Yeah, the windsock's saying the wind's coming from the other direction. So flaps working fine. Yep, gear and flaps are up.
Hawk 5 continue for west departure. Hawk 5 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Tower Hawk 5 frequency change.
Oh, I really do like the fact that the tail wheel also is retracted. That's excellent. That's a nice little detail. So that's Dover Harbour there, which is around the next, basically around the next bend. yeah, handles really nicely. It's just a pleasure to fly.
Contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 for Hawk 5.
There they are, the iconic White Cliffs of Dover.
Hawk 5 contact ground on 119.38.
Yep, I need to practice my landings a bit more, but yeah, it flies beautifully. It's 9 out of 10. Today we got a little bit of a special flight. As you know, the first part was Hurricane, and this is part 2, the Spitfire. And normally I do a little fly around Dover, but today it's something special. This is Malta. We're at Luqa Airfield, well, airport now, I guess, sorry. Which used to be Luqa Airfield. I'll get it right the right way around. The RAF flew here from the Second World War, from 43 onwards. And, it flew Spitfires from here anyway, from 43 onwards. But there were 2 other airfields in Malta that were used. One was on the coast down in the south, right on the very southern tip. That was originally a Navy airfield. And then one right in the middle of the island, which was the main Spitfire base. But this was the main RAF station. So we're going to fly from here today. We're going to go and take a look at what's left of the other 2. There's not much, I'm afraid. Both have been used for other, they've been repurposed. The one in the south has been used for a drag racing strip, and the one in the middle of the island to the north, that's now a vineyard on one side and the National Sports Stadium on the other side, with various other bits and pieces like a dirt racetrack and various businesses. So they've all been repurposed. You can still see the runway outline though, so we'll go and take a look, and then we'll fly to Valetta. I'm going to fly over the harbour at Valetta, where most of the... I can't remember the name of the film was. It was a black and white film. It's basically going to, I think it's the Malta story, and most of the bombings of the ships that were trying to get in was taking place there. And big scenes of the people just waiting on the harbour for the ship to come in and cheering when it finally did. They broke the blockade. It's amazing. But anyway, let's. I'll fill those details in later. I'll put up details of the two airfields, north and south, and the film. So this is Flightsim Squadron's Spitfire. This version was released a few weeks ago, and it's been massively revamped since the last one. If you remember my video from before, I don't know if you saw it, you might not have. Not many people might see this one, you never know. But the one before looked like it was horrendous. So this has been revamped, it's completely redone. It is absolutely beautiful now. And yeah, let's take it for a little flight. And this is the a preview of the fixed version. There had to be some changes made to the engine and the starters and stuff. But rather than bore you with all the details, let's just say that the battery is fixed now. It doesn't go flat and you can fly around for a long time. It's great. The only caveat is that you have to keep the engine res over 700 or the battery doesn't charge. But that's quite simple. I think it defaults to, I think it idles at 630, so it's just pushing it up 70 to get it up to speed. So let's take an external look. It's a bit of a shame, we seem to have a storm coming in, so there's very little light here, I'm afraid. So my only complaint is quite a big complaint. It's that this appears to be a V6 instead of a V12. Somehow someone didn't mod enough exhausts. I don't know what happened there. But to be honest, that's the only thing wrong with it. Apart from that, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's got the bubble cockpit. And it correctly even has the flap door that comes out, so the canopy goes back, that flaps down, and the pilot gets out this. Really nicely done. There's not much working in here, unfortunately. The throttle is animated, the landing gear lever is animated, and the pedals are not animated. The joystick is, and so are the flaps. This is the flaps lever, I believe. Yeah, that's not going to work till the battery's on. So let's turn the battery on. We'll see the attitude go up, and yeah. The horizon will level out. Not much else is going to work, I'm afraid. So let's get this switched on. So as you can see, there's no starter buttons, so currently it's unfortunately a button start with the old keyboard. So let's get it going. And as I said, we've got to keep the revs at 700. Flaps are animated really well. Even the propeller looks quite nice. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to love this. Landing though, landing will be a problem as with all these little aircraft that have very narrow yeah, undercarriage, so the wheels are close together, they're a nightmare to land, so we'll just see how we get on. Usually this involves me bouncing and exploding. Well, you know, that's the way it is.
Spitfire with Oscar request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Spitfire taxi to and hold short of runway 13 using taxiway Alpha Bravo cross runway 23. Contact tower on 135.1 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 13 via taxiway Alpha Bravo cross runway 23 Spitfire.
Okay, so let's go.
Luqa Tower Spitfire ready for south departure at runway 13.
Spitfire, QNH 30.09er wind 126 at 30. South departure approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 13.
Okay, we seem to have quite a large crosswind, 30, so let's
Cleared for takeoff runway 13 Spitfire.
this should be fun. Just checking the compass with the direction indicator. So basically, we're going to have a 30 knot wind from behind us on the right somewhere. That's going to be a bit of a hairy take.
Tower Spitfire continue for south departure.
So on the right there, that's the southernmost airfield, the naval one that was first used for the Navy. As you can see, that's got an adventure park right in the middle of it, and that black line is the drag strip that they use it. You can still sort of see the outline of the airfield there. I can definitely see the runway. Yeah, Malta's quite a small island, so they're not very far apart, to be honest. That's the airfield we just took off from, Luqa. Let's give her a bit of room in case there's someone landing.
Luqa Tower, generic Mike Alpha Yankee 1463, ready for ISR departure runway 13. Generic Mike Alpha Yankee 1463, QNH 30.09er wind 126 at 30. Cleared for takeoff, runway 13. Cleared for takeoff, runway 13 generic, Mike Alpha, Yankee 1463.
And that's the other one almost dead ahead of us. Also, do a circle round to the right and then go around to the left. And as you can see, it's, yeah, fields. That's the runway just below us now, the start of the runway. There's a dirt track in the stadium.
Spitfire, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Luqa Tower, Spitfire, frequency change.
Luqa Tower, generic Mike Alpha Yankee 141415 miles northwest, inbound ILS runway 13 approach. Generic Mike Alpha Yankee 1414 Luqa Tower. QNH 30.08 wind 128 at 39er.
Air Malta 307, you are 16 miles northwest of Luqa. Contact Luqa Tower on 135.11 inbound.
Generic 414, turn next taxiway. 414 contact ground on 121.6. Going to 121.6 generic 414. Air Malta 307 go round. Going around Air Malta 307. Air Malta 307 contact Luqa approach on 128.15. Good day. One two eight decimal 15 Air Malta 307. Spitfire, exit runway when able.
Yeah, we got a bit blown over there, unfortunately. I need to practice my landings in these aircraft. The tow drag is really bad. Anyway, you can see it's a beautiful aircraft. It's nicely modelled. Flies really well. Wonderful little thing. So overall, I guess I've got to give it a 9 out of 10. That would be 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, we've got those bloody exhausts that show it's a V6, not a V12. That's weird. I don't understand that. Unless I can find a photo where it's got a double cowling for one for each of the two exhausts, which I don't know if I'm going to find, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just bizarre it's only got the 6. But I'll have a look and I'll see what I can find. But currently, I'm going to give it 9.5. 9.5 out of 10. That is absolutely wonderful. It's great to fly, looks good. Wonderful little thing.